I just want to know why someone would advertise their pie making in the communal mailbox area. Is it just me, or is that the strangest thing?
So we just left good old Chipotle, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Tom, Chipotle is not zero carb. You would be right. And as short-lived as it may have been, I'm kind of giving up on this zero carb life for a couple reasons. One is because it consumes my day, no pun intended. And two, because I don't think it's sustainable or reasonable. It's extremely difficult to plan meals and take meals on the go, like to school. It's not mentally satisfying. All I think about is the next time I'm gonna eat food, and it never feels filling. It's never mentally satisfying. It leaves me wanting more all the time. I'm always slightly hungry, and it's a nuisance. So that being said, anyone who knows me knows that me going without carbs for a full week, so as of noon today, that was a full week, is supremely impressive. Now that I've, made such headway, even though I'm going to start eating good carbs again, it's not going to be any soda, it's not going to be any candy, both of which I live for. And I think that's most of the problem to begin with. Excuse me. And now that I'm thinking about it, whoa, this guy, someone's feeling froggy.
Driving a truck with no headlights on.
It is looking like party central. There's a football game tomorrow. Everyone's already starting to tailgate. It's getting buck wild already, and we're like in the heart of campus. But anyways, I made a video the other day kind of complaining about the veteran situation at my school and how they don't really have their program together. They don't really have a program per se. Everyone's kind of running around like a chicken with its head cut off. And so I figured, you know what? There's now a Student Veteran Association. Why don't I become a member of it, apply for a leadership position, and try and make these issues known so they can potentially be resolved? I think there was some like really old dude at one point who said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." I think someone said that. I don't know. I don't do school. So it's kind of
You don't do school.
it's kind of irresponsible to recognize a problem, potentially have the ability to fix it, but not. So I felt compelled to do that, if only for that reason. Hopefully I can meet some cool cats in the process. I don't know. How was grad school today? Woo! What was that for? We were like 10 miles from those people.
You know how I am. There are some factors of my practicum site that I find a little bit limiting. Two things. One, that there's a lot of credentialing and training required before anyone is allowed to operate on their own, including BCBAs at this practicum site. So the majority of my hours so far have been training by shadowing the BCBA that is my supervising BCBA. Two, there are a total of, including myself, 4 people at that clinic that are working toward a master's degree. And while the BCBA in-house has designated only me specifically as her student, obviously with 4 people pursuing a master's degree, there's somewhat of a competition to obtain opportunities to learn from, and there's only so many opportunities in which to learn from the BCBA. So it's just challenging. Like, I don't think I should ever have to compete with those people because none of them have been denoted specifically as her student, yet I do, and through no fault of the BCBA, it's just a fact of life. That's just to say that there are a lot of sort of unspoken variables about various settings to work in that you don't necessarily know about until you get there, and all you can do is navigate them to the best of your ability. So that's what I did today, I think, I hope.
What's on the docket for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, in the morning, I have a research meeting where I present. As a graduate student, your faculty advisor says, here's the research project we're working on, here's the protocol, now go do it. And you're in charge of undergrads, and you work with those undergrads to carry out this research. The kind of scary thing about being a grad student is that when a problem arises, either in a clinic or in a research environment, sometimes your faculty advisors, because you're trying to learn to think critically like they do, before giving you an answer, they say, well, what do you think we should do when a problem arises? Graduate student right now, my thought is usually, I've only been doing this for a month, but it's fine. No, it's fine. I'll tell you what I think and hope I don't make a fool of myself in the process. So tomorrow I have a research meeting. I'll be presenting the data collected this week to my faculty advisor, and we as graduate students will probably be seeing what he says about what to do about, some of the issues we're having with the research right now. After that, I have a small group supervision, the BACB. In those practicum hours, I have to be supervised for 7.5% of those hours, and half of the 7.5%, so 3.25% of my practicum hours are allowed to be small group supervision. So like a group of 4 or 5 students talking about their cases with a supervising BCBA. So I got assigned to 2 small groups. I will only be going to one of those small groups tomorrow. We practice presenting data, we practice different professional ideas and that sort of thing. This week will be this week we're presenting data. I will not be presenting data because of some of the limiting factors at my practicum site. I don't think I have adequate data to present at this time, so that's kind of a bummer. My classmates are presenting data and I'm not, and they're in different practicum site, and that I find that really frustrating and somewhat embarrassing. But it's not something that I've done wrong, it's just a factor, part of where I'm at. To say I don't have data, because I definitely do, but just not enough. And then in about 3 weeks, the Alabama Association for Behavior Analysts will be holding their annual conference in Birmingham. So we as students there's only 2 master's programs in ABA in the state of Alabama. I am in one of them, obviously.
Where's the other one?
Jacksonville State University.
Oh.
In 3 weeks, this time I'll be in Birmingham. The whole cohort will be in Birmingham for that conference, which I'm excited about. It'll be the second state ABA conference I've been to this year. The first one was back in February for NCABA, and it's pretty cool because I remember at NCABA, it was a week before my interview weekend to come to Auburn, and the president of NCABA graduated from Auburn University's master's program, and so I asked her a ton of questions about the program and interviewing and all that kind of thing. And here it is, 6 months later, and now I'm going to Alabama as an Auburn student. So time changes things quickly sometimes.
Forgot to mention real quick, thanks for almost 400 views. We didn't really have much of an expectation when we started doing this. We just are doing it to, mainly because it's fun. We're not doing anything different. We're just now recording it, really. Within the last week or two, relatively speaking, we're no Casey Neistat or Roman Atwood, but our channel's been popping off a little bit, and that's nice to see. Hopefully, if nothing else, people are learning some stuff about grad school, about getting out of the military, about, anything. Learning stuff's good. And if we can help someone learn something, that's always, satisfying and makes it worthwhile. Thanks. Hopefully 1,000 views is in the near future. That'd be pretty awesome. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.